development of hydrogen. You will certainly tell us how this falls in line with national and EU hydrogen strategies, and we would also like to know whether there are funding opportunities.
Perfetto, grazie
Sara,
Mauro per l'introduzione. Quello che ci preme
Mauro,
come
for your
provincia
kind
raccontare è
introduction.
quello che è stato
The Autonomous
costruito
Province of Trento would like to tell you what has been made in the past 10 years about adaptation to climate change and energy development, and focus on hydrogen. Trentino is one of the areas that really try to decarbonize by 2030 and then by 2050 entirely in a number of sectors. Hydrogen to date is one of the sectors where we are more active in terms of studies and analysis. We would like to use it and introduce it as a green option which can be used to decarbonize in the heating systems and also in the residential system, which is again heating, but also in the industrial sector and also in transport. Clearly, our province is special also in terms of the presence or non-presence of hard-to-abate entities. So when it comes to the production of green hydrogen all the way down to its use, we need there to have a very far-sighted approach and a long-term plan, because what we can develop today in terms of green hydrogen is one thing. And by the way, the province has asked businesses in the province to participate in the call under the National Recovery and Resilience Plan. But we must also say that we are still in a pilot phase. I'm sure that Claudio Darri will dwell upon this later on. It is a pilot approach, which though falls within the framework of a general perspective for the decarbonization of the sectors I listed. We will see what is accomplished in this province thanks to the National Recovery and Resilience Plan. This, in turn, helps us build a specific provincial policy for hydrogen within the provincial programs with a certain goal and deadline also in terms of knowing where it can be used, hydrogen, in the best way possible, also in a sort of energy mix that we have to devise. This is what we're doing together with Trentino Sviluppo, and this runs parallel with and to what Mr. Casotto mentioned, because we have the policies deployed by the province to have an internal decarbonization. And along with this, we also have this innovation vocation and development intent, which aims at making the entire province more developed in all research areas. We want Trentino to do well in those sectors where the European Commission is developing a know-how and is also working to move to full decarbonization by 2050. By the way, the new Commission, European Commission, has already voiced the importance of green hydrogen, opening up a debate about the need to think in the long term, and also considering whether the other colors of hydrogen can be taken on board from the very beginning. So the point is, should we have a stepwise progression to the other colors or not? So I will now conclude by saying that we, of course, need a transversal cooperation, an overarching cooperation. The province of Trentino is small, and it is small also when it comes to hydrogen. We do not necessarily have the need to use it today because, you see, to date, with the exception of the cases that we that will be explained later on, we have not felt yet the need to make such a high investment for hydrogen, not for the time being. You also asked about funding opportunities. This is a question which is always asked to the representatives of the Autonomous Province of Trento. Well, I can answer by saying that there is a law, number 6 from 1999, that was revised in 2003, which envisaged a strong development of the hydrogen sector, which has become a fixed investment for businesses. So there are indications for funding within the framework of that act. We have made a sort of breakdown into the various colors of hydrogen. So you find in that legislation a real focus on the development of renewables for businesses, but there is also electrolyzers and the other systems for gasification. And so you can rest assured that the province have developed a line on these within its legislation. Thank you, Sara. Now the floor goes to Matteo Testi from the Bruno Kessler Foundation, and he will tell us about the role of research, specifically of FBK, on hydrogen, and